What's going on to all of you that were sitting here waiting for it to go live? I appreciate all of you. For those that are going to watch this on the replay, I hope you have a fantastic Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, depending on when you're watching this, or you might see this weeks from now. Who knows? But I see everybody in the chat. What's going on, guys? Jason, Scott, Brian, Kevin, how are you? Ryan, Clifton. I want to make sure I leave anybody out. Nick, Paige, what's going on, guys? As per usual, we always start this off with sin of the day. As promised, for those of you that saw today's video, I am rocking Ohm for the holidays, my favorite coffee fragrance. What is it with my Logitech webcam? It never wants to focus. Come on, play nice for me one time, you dirty, filthy animal. It just doesn't want to do it. I'm telling you, I think next year I'm going to change this webcam out. And the sad part is this one's only like a year old. It's a decent camera, but if you like coffee and gourmands, you'll like this one. It's one that I pretty much strictly wear this time of year. That's why this 30 ml has lasted me for so long. I do 3 to 4 sprays, like half sprays, because the atomizer is ridiculous on this. I've had it for a few years now, and I just wear it this time of year. For as strange as that is, for it being my favorite from EJ, my favorite coffee fragrance and all that, I'm just so situational. Certain things are special for certain things with me. So I'm rocking Home for the holidays. Let me see what you guys are doing. I see we got Duncan in the house. What's going on? Chris, Greg, how's everybody? Signature Rosé, excellent choice. Unaverage Patch, Wild Le Parfum, Angel Share, bunch of good stuff. Let's see. Don't want to get behind. 504 Lefty, what's going on, man? Another Angel Share sighting. So 2 in the chat. Rocking Angel Share. We got 40 people already. We just jumped on a minute ago. I appreciate all you guys. I wanted to go live, kind of early in the day. I haven't been live in about a week. And I know a lot of people will be doing Christmas Eve with their families, or maybe their wife's side of the family or your side of the family or whatever have you. I know if we were in Texas or Louisiana right now, my family typically does Christmas Eve. So because we're in Colorado doing Christmas with my wife's dad and stepmom, they tend to do Christmas Day. So my wife's been baking and, she's making deviled eggs and all that other stuff right now. So I got a little bit of time. Figured I'd jump on and chat with you guys because tonight's just going to be kind of prep work for tomorrow for us. So I got time to chat. Don't forget to like the stream for the team. Paige knows what's going on. That's what I'm talking about. Don't forget to like the stream. Takes a split second. According to this, we got 17 likes so far with 54 viewers. That's a bad ratio. 18, it's slowly jumping up. But then again, I could need to refresh it. Who knows? Here's an interesting question from Hail Hail. Interesting name as well. Why does no decent YouTubers review Penhaligon's range? I know Justin's got a few. Halfetti Cedar, for example, he's talked about many times. I'm not sure. I don't watch too many channels. I only watch a few people, and I honestly don't see too much Penhaligon stuff either. But I know for a fact Justin definitely talks about Halfetti Cedar, and I want to say he's got 2 or 3 other ones. Check out Justin Copeland's channel, for example. I don't have a bunch of experience with the range myself. Lance is going with Cidrap Oise. You cannot go wrong. Apple Crumb by Alexandria Fragrances, going gourmand. Cherry Smoke, the new release from Tom Ford. My buddy Randy seems to like that one quite a bit. Shout outs to Fragrance Dude if you see this one, Randy. Let's see. Second Soul. That's hard to beat. That's a great choice. Prada Rosa Black. I haven't wore that one in a while, Ray. Good choice. Good choice. A bunch of great stuff you guys are rocking. Justin, what's going on, man? TF Patriot. Adrian, favorite Tom Ford. Are you asking me, or are you saying your favorite is the one that was listed? I'm not sure. If you don't mind elaborating for me. Then I'm going with Evening Mystique, cool and breezy in San Fran. Well, Duncan, I hope you enjoyed if you decide to go that route, man. I haven't worn it in about a week myself because I go through spurts where I'll wear it 3 or 4 times in a week and then I give myself a break. So I've always got so much, like I'm working on reviews for 3 different fragrances right now. I'm always working on so much stuff that sometimes stuff I really want to wear takes a back seat. And of course, Evening Mystique is one of them this week, but next week it'll be back in the rotation for sure. The perfume guy does a lot of Penhaligons. There you go. Could always check out Sebastian's channel, apparently. Alhambra, Porty Neroli, and Sammy Andrews Green Sapphire is good stuff. That's Bleecker Street. That's a good one. That's his version of Bleecker Street. I do have that. Yeah, there we go. Stay Fresh did Penhaligons a few times. Yeah, Halfetti Cedar, I believe, is the one that he frequents on his channel. He's a big fan of that one. Merry Christmas to you as well. Watch since NY-21, whatever your actual name is. Merry Christmas to you and your family as well. Channels with younger demographics should advise Penhaligons, in my opinion. It's definitely more the enthusiast level brand because it's niche, you know what I mean? And it's not big mainstream niche, at least it's people in the know that know about the brand. So I could see where you're coming from with that, but I mean, it's not to say that there aren't some younger cats that don't enjoy stuff from Penhaligons. Speaking of houses that get no love, why no Bellcam, bro? I'm never tried it. Mark is rocking Evening Mystique. Oh, I appreciate it. Ryan Epps. I knew Ryan was rocking Brass and Soul. I saw in the Sin of the Day post that you had posted that as your Sin of the Day. Glad you can make it here, Brian. Ryan, I'm sorry. So many things going on at once. Merry Christmas to everyone. Hello from Los Angeles. Cisco, how are you? Jason, get Penhaligons reviews off of YouTube at Panopos. Also, Merry Christmas, Ross. Merry Christmas to you as well, Jason. Looking forward to the end of the year Golden Pineapple Awards. I know that's right around the corner. I don't know when voting is going to open for that. For those of you that don't know, last year, Zaharoff Signature Tobacco won Men's Fragrance of the Year, won a Golden Pineapple for this publication. Jason is one of the editors for, I think the lead editor. Sorry if I'm shortchanging you there, Jason, but I'm glad you could pop in and say hello. Yours, I don't really have a favorite Tom Ford because I don't have that many. I only have like one and some decants. But I would have to say of what I've tried, I'm a big ombre leather fan. Ombre leather and ombre leather parfum. I want to branch out to Oud Mineral and Sole Depositano, stuff like that. I want to try some of those. Just haven't gotten around to it. There's just so much to try, you know. Got myself for Christmas red tobacco and Naxos. Somebody likes tobacco. Good choices, man. Good choice. Still have all the fragrances from the video from today right here. I'm going to be wearing this next week. Haven't worn it in a little while. Some strong stuff. Had somebody in the comments today said they blind bought this and this is the worst fragrance they've ever smelled. Yuck. And my reply was always sample first. Because just because a bunch of people love it doesn't mean it's the safest fragrance in the world. That's some pungent, rich, smoky oud, booze, tobacco. Not for everybody. Not for the faint of heart would be a great way to say that. Azaro Most Wanted. My favorite in the line. Penhaligons doesn't have many storefronts, so they're not readily available for many people to try. That's true. That's true. It's kind of an online darling where you got to go out seeking samples to really get your nose on any of their stuff. I had to get the 13 mLs of all three Zeds from Juan as my pre-order bottles of the three are waiting for me in Cali. Oh, there you go. Shout out to Fat Boy Fragrance Reviews. Anybody that wanted to try any of the three Zed Created 2.0 releases, whether it's Evening Mystique of the Immortals or Second Soul, head over to fatboyfragrances.com. Juan's selling decants. So you can get a few different sizes. That way you can try them because of the limited nature of the collection, there aren't samples just available from the Zaharoff website, though there are samples with every order. Say you order Evening Mystique, you get a sample of the Immortals and Second Soul. So you can, when supporting the collection, you get to at least try the entire collection. Black Orchid. It's a good one. I haven't smelled it in a while, though. I've never smelled the parfum. At least I don't remember if I've ever smelled the parfum. And then I have Amaru Dark Orchid, which is basically niche nuclear performance Black Orchid. Pretty much the same fragrance. Polo Ultra Blue. Okay. I'm excited to get a decant of City Rhythm New Orleans Jazz and Booze. I just wore that yesterday. That stuff was pumping off of my skin. I did 3 sprays. That was plenty. And it was... the feels like temperature was sub-zero. It was in the negative teens, 13 to 16 range yesterday. It was the right fragrance. Very warm, has some sweet gourmand tones to it, but a hefty, boozy note. Very, very boozy. If you like extremely boozy fragrances, you'll like that. If you're not a fan of super boozy, be warned. It's good. It's good stuff, but it's extremely boozy. It really encompasses the whole alcoholism that is New Orleans. Noted. Oh, wait, I gave you a like. My name is Hail from Glasgow Celtic Soccer Team. Oh, do you have another profile as well? Speaking of Celtic Soccer Team, I want to say I've seen another profile that something along those lines with that name, but welcome. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming and hang out with us. Brian, what's going on? Merry Christmas to you as well. Mara, what's going on, man? Merry Christmas. Rubsky. Celestial Mirror. So I haven't even got around to wearing that one yet. That goes back to all the, I'm always working on something. I'm working on a review for Assad right now. Had a lot of requests when I did my first impressions on it. And just a heads up for my early thoughts on Assad. I kind of like it more than Sauvage Elixir because of that fruity freshness at the top from the pineapple note. And it offers a little bit of a twist that I really dig on the Sauvage Elixir scent profile. It's actually really, really good. Better than I anticipated it to be. It's really good. Performance is great too. It's like $24. It's really hard to beat. Ombre leather in Oud Fleur. Wearing Sadrap Oise for the 4th day in a row. I mean, I get it. I get it. It's some really good stuff. Bleu Electrique is out for delivery. I hope you enjoy it, Joe. I haven't worn that one in a while. It's the way I like to describe it is if you take La Nuit de l'Homme and you kind of dial, crank up the lavender note, it's pretty much Bleu Electrique. Pretty much what I get from it. I wore Defy 2 days ago. 2 days ago, a lot of leather. It's basically a fresh leather heavy fragrance. It's mostly leather. It's very one-dimensional. The kind of orange, peppery smell at the top kind of dies off, and it's a little smoky and earthy and a little edgy type of leather. It's just leather and vetiver pretty much most of the entirety of the fragrance. It's nothing special. I wouldn't say if you see it for $40, you should definitely pick it up. No. If you're a big fan of leather, if you like leather accords and fragrances, then you probably like it. It's a fresh leather fragrance. It's nice. It's different. For being a blue fragrance that you're immediately going to think blue because of the color scheme and all that good stuff, it's not really all that much of a blue fragrance. It's really just a fresh leather. I kind of like it. Not kind of like it. I do like it. I just don't think it's going to be everybody's cup of tea. You got to really enjoy a leather accord. Dominated by it. Toy 2. Never tried Toy 2. Just Toy Boy. Golden Pineapple Awards happen sometime next year. Date not yet announced. Thank you for clearing that up, Jason. I appreciate that. Ruined a trip to go boutique once I tested red tobacco first. Ruined my nose almost. Yeah, that stuff's ridiculously strong, man. And like I pointed out in my video, so when I first got this a few years ago, it had a leak. And when I came to altitude, it created pressure in the bottle and stuff started coming out. So it leaked all over my bottle, and you can see all the bubbles. Oh, it actually focused for a change. And for me, you can see that that's actually looks like scratches, but it's some of the color to the glass coming off from me trying to clean it and wipe it off because all of the alcohol and the oils in it was actually kind of eating some of the coating to the paint. This backside's even worse. Like it's straight up dry right here. See that on the bottom? So my bottle's not in the best shape, but the fragrance is fine. Now, the downside to that leak is this is probably going to spoil sooner than I would like it to, but because it's not some fresh fragrance full of citruses, I don't think I have too much to worry about. I'll never go through this bottle completely anyway. Man, it's definitely not for everybody, but people that do enjoy it really, really enjoy it, as a lot of you know. I don't get anything hard to like in red tobacco, but I hated Black Phantom, Oud for Glory, and Supremacy Incense. With Supremacy Incense, I believe that's the one that's a clone of Interlude Man. I'm not a huge Interlude Man fan either. I did like the 53 X Straight more than the original. I do like Interlude Black Iris more than both, but none of the three have made me want a bottle. I've had samples of all of them, and I'm glad I didn't just go out and buy a bottle of them because they would just sit there. They would have been a waste of money. It's stuff I wouldn't reach for, whereas the decanting option was a great route for me. Pop, what's going on, man? I hope you and Mrs. Fritz have a great Christmas. Brick and Mortar Fragrance Store in Lancaster, PA. Scent Masters shop has Penhaligon's. So there you go. I have clones from the house included. Quite the list of clones. Please go. Black Orchid got me 4 compliments from 4 hot black chicks. Well, there you go. There you go. It's very desirable. It's a desirable scent profile. And I think when it's something that ladies would like to wear on themselves and they smell it on a guy, like they're surprised that it's coming off of a guy, maybe, I think that intrigues them even more. It makes them want to talk about it because it's something they want to wear, they want to smell on themselves. And I think that's a lot of the allure and the appeal for a guy wearing Black Orchid, I think, because it's not the typical choice for most guys. Like, you're clearly into fragrances if you're going to wear Black Orchid. You know what I mean? So glad you had a great experience with it, Duncan. Rob, what's going on at work? Want to show some love? Appreciate you, my guy. All right, I got to skip a few ahead. Alan, what's going on? That's the stuff, Dunk. There you go. Glad you could jump in. Merry Christmas, y'all. Cheap as hell, too. Really interested in Virtus Vanilla Oud, my stuff right here. God, wearing this tomorrow. It's so good. It's linear. It doesn't change much on my skin. I still haven't looked in the no breakdown. I really don't care. I just know that it wows me every time I smell it. If enough people want to see a review, I'll have to see the note breakdown, as I spend more time with it. But might have to find a decant. Yeah, I think Max Aroma, and Justin's got a code. If you want to go to Justin's video, his newest video of me and him, he's got a link and a code that'll save you 10%. You can get a decant from Max Aroma. Let's see. Brings fight night, handicap. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you as well, sir. Listen, purchase Rare Carbon and loving it. Me too. I like it so much, I'm not even going to bother getting ombre leather parfum, because it satisfies my want for both, because it kind of falls in between them. It's got most of ombre leather's DNA with the differences that come with ombre leather parfum, the floral tone, that metallic nature from the violet leaf. All of that stuff's present in this fragrance. It's really good. I really, really like it. You ever sampled or put a video on Perry Ellis Oud Absolutes Black Vanilla Saffron Rose and Butter? No, I've never tried any of those. There's just anytime it's something I haven't tried, I always go back to the answer of, it's just so much out there for me to try. It's hard to get around to everything. Belcam's version of Obsession. It's like the OG formulations. There you go. All right. Let me get caught up. I got to scroll down a little bit. So I got to skip some comments. Sorry, guys. All right. Mancera Drapoise Intense is beast mode fragrance. That's super good smelling. Yes, absolutely it is. My experience is you'll go nose blind to it. That's my experience immediately, because it's so powerful. It wears my nose out quick. But 10, 12, 14 hours later, when I get strong whiffs of it, way down the line, it's 40% oil concentration. It's strong. It's really, really strong. I'll be watching my Die Hard in 4K later. That's what I'm talking about. Rare Carbon. So I've never tried the Rasasi fragrance. So I don't know. I don't know. La Yukawam, I believe is how you say it. I haven't tried it. Just Rare Carbon. I've heard great things of it. I'm sure it's really good. A ton of people have said it's great. I just haven't tried it. He had it and had to sell it. There you go. I love fougères, especially in the spring and the fall, when I have somewhere to go that's not just a dinner date with me and my wife. That's my scent profile of choice, is aromatic fougères. Not modern either, because most blue fragrances are classified as aromatic fougères. I don't necessarily mean those. I mean stuff like Roger Parfum's Danger and Scandal, Eau Sauvage, the Extreme, or the Parfum, stuff like that. I really enjoy stuff like that for those specific situations. Rubsky, remember Rocky IV, also a Christmas movie, as the fight was on Christmas Day. That's a good way to look at that. The Trafficking African. Have you seen the new Club de Nuit Untold? Yeah, I did a very polarizing video about my thoughts on it. So you guys are my subscribers. That you wouldn't be able to be in this chat if you weren't subscribed to me for at least 2 weeks. The only difference in that video from my usual, when I do a split screen with eye fragrance on what's up and coming or just released, and my thoughts on if I'm excited to get it or not, was I was in a hotel and couldn't do the split screen. And all these first-time boohoo viewers are coming in, losing their shit. The video's got a bunch of dislikes, even though it's got way more likes, but it's got a bunch of dislikes because it's all these first-time comment on my channel guys that are like, oh, we just want to know what it smells like. We don't care if you want to buy it. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to my subscriber base, the guys like you guys that come to this channel all the time. It's hilarious. They got a bunch of views. I'm not going to get them. 1 Million Elixir, Urban Man Elixir, I had never looked at the notes or anything. I just thought based on the name it was going to be 1 Million Elixir. Apparently it's a combination of like Sauvage and Aventus and all that. So my interest for that one, that plummeted too. But it's very interesting the way everybody acts on the internet. It's one big participation trophy. Everybody's little feelings matter. Everybody has to force their opinion on you. It's very strange the way it happened with that video. I appreciate all of you that did watch the video. It's not some new format on my channel. It's not some thing I did to go get views or anything. I literally saw it popped up on iFragrance. I said, let's take a look. And when I saw what they were, I was like, man, they're just now doing a Baccarat Rouge 540 clone. They're just now doing a Bleu de Chanel clone. kind of disappointing. And I recorded my thoughts on it and put it out. And it was a very polarizing video for a lot of people. So to all of you that got triggered, grow up. And then to all of you that enjoyed the video, I appreciate you as per usual. So very interesting stuff. AM with the $1.99 super chat. Nice recommendation on Wood and Rolly. Merry Christmas. Glad you enjoy it. I had my little stint in the last few weeks where I was wearing it pretty heavy. I'll pull that back into the rotation when spring rolls around. Even though tomorrow is going to be like almost mild spring weather. Strangely enough, here in Colorado Springs, it was negative, feels like negative 13 yesterday, and tomorrow the high is 54. Very weird the way that worked out. But I appreciate the super chat, AM. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic Christmas with your family. Arabian Tonka. You're missing out, man. Well, I mean, I'm happy with Rare Carbon. That's the thing. You have to try that. DDLD's in the house, heading back into the madness to try to get a few more gifts. But Merry Christmas to you, Ross, and everyone in the chat. Anybody that hasn't been to Joe's channel, he's changed it from Dry Down Lowdown to the DDLD, which DDLD stands for Dry Down Lowdown. Go check out his Z Creators video. It's the most well-produced Z Creators 2.0 collection video you're going to see. I have no problem saying that. I don't think anybody with any better editing skills than him is going to do a video because his editing skills are ridiculous. Go watch that. That video is an absolute treat to watch. His narrative with his voice and his editing presentation is top notch. It's actually in, if you click my community tab on my channel page, I shared it. It's just a little ways down. It's not far down if you want to go there, or just type in the DDLD in your search bar. But go check it out. Joe's video was fantastic. I would say the Lintense. I have tried the Extreme. I haven't gotten a bottle of it yet. I do like it. I like all of them, even Sport. I think it's charming. People don't give it enough credit. It's one of those deals. Like I have the Lintense on my rotation table to wear. I just haven't gotten around to wearing it recently. But that's my favorite, the Lintense. You as well. Merry Christmas to you as well, my man. Let's see. Robert Duncan's in the house. What's going on, man? Merry Christmas to you as well. Fragrance Dubois, New York, Fifth Avenue. Never tried it. I have limited experience with that brand too. Eagles, Dallas, like me. Merry Christmas, fam. You two are hopefully untold. Just I've heard it's very solid thoughts. I've heard if you don't have a Baccarat Rouge 540 clone, that it's a good one. You know, if you weren't here for my rant a moment ago, I don't plan on getting it. I got a bunch of them. You know. People seem to think that I just buy everything to review everything. I know I buy what interests me. And I put it on video, and people that want to watch it can watch it. But I'm not buying nothing that doesn't interest me. I'm just not going to. I'm not going to buy something just to review it. I'm not that channel. I'm not that reviewer. I'm not that guy. Hit you up next week. I need to see some vintage stuff. Suck you deeper into the rabbit hole of Fragcom. Well, come on now, Duncan. Like I'm not deep enough. Come on, man. You want to make it worse? I appreciate that, man. We'll talk later after the holidays. Infinite Parfum. Just got it from my son today. Merry Christmas. They made an Infinite Parfum. I know they have a Boss Bottled Parfum that came out recently, and they have Boss Bottled Infinite, which I have. Is there a Parfum version I didn't know about? Or did you mean the Purple Juice Boss Bottled Infinite? It's too far away for me to just reach and grab, but all right, I'm getting behind. Let me scroll down. I appreciate you covering those arm offs. Thank you, Chuck. I appreciate you, man. Okay. Montrese, what's going on, big dog? Merry Christmas to you and the family as well. DDLD got me to blind buy Malpaso. Malpaso is some good stuff. I haven't even given that a full wearing yet. I did that first impressions in that video when I was in Chicago for my hotel. And I got so much stuff I've bought recently that I'm still trying to go through, like stuff from my Middle Eastern haul from 2 weeks ago. I still haven't worn like half of that stuff. So I got a lot of toys to play with right now, like I like to call them when I get new fragrances in. So it's actually really solid. It's really, really solid. It's a little bit more sharp citrus at the top, and it's a little bit more on the musky side and dry down. But I would say it's like 80-85% of Cedrat Boisé. Decent performer. If you can find it for around $30, like perfumeonline.ca where mine came from, it was like $30. Yeah, it's worth buying. if you can't find it for under 50, 55, just spend a few bucks more and get Cedrat Boisé, because you can get Cedrat Boisé in the $65 to $75 range from a lot of places like Kingdom Fragrances. PerfumeOnline.ca is another one. Honestly, I would say get the original, but I mean, if you only got 30 bucks to spend, it'll work. Randy, what's going on? Your ears must be burning. I actually mentioned you earlier. Happy holidays to you as well. Joe, what's going on, man? Real quick at work. Signature Pour On. Merry Christmas. Back to work now. Well, have fun at work. Thank you for stopping in, Joe. I hope you have a Merry Christmas as well, my man. Let's see. I want to get my nose on the intent. Sounds fantastic. So picture the EDP, dial back the sweetness, add some smoke, and intensify the leather. If you've ever smelled the EDP. So it's that for the baseline. You just dial the sweetness back, crank up the leather, and add a smoke accord. You get the intense. It's so smooth. It's not harsh in any way. It's very, very smooth. It is the ultimate version of the DNA, in my opinion. That's my personal favorite. I know that's Justin's personal favorite too. Inlandish was too much for me. Yeah, it's Inlandish is a challenge. That's the most polarizing fragrance EJ has ever put out, for sure. It's not going to be for everyone. Absolutely not. Malpaso is much more of a crowd pleaser, much more easygoing, but it's also got a little bit of a vintage vibe to it. Live, really? Merry Christmas. Joseph, Merry Christmas to you as well, my man. I haven't given it a full wearing yet. I just did the first impressions. I was very impressed by it because everything EJ has put out this year, this has been Happy Land's best year. This has been EJ's best year for releases. One after another was great. And Inlandish that we were just talking about, super, super, super niche crowd. But for the crowd it's for, it's amazing. It's his best release of the year, in my opinion, because it's so different, ashy, smoky. Joe from Dry Down Lowdown, big fan of it too. But as far as easier to wear stuff, this is EJ's best year. Malpaso, Garlic Mist, Hinterland, Wonderland. I mean, you just name it. Anything that came out this year from Happy Land has been fantastic. Like I said, EJ's best year to date. Loam, Prada Loam Intense is amazing. I agree completely with that. Merry Christmas to you as well. Right now, it actually warmed up, warmed up greatly. It is currently 45 degrees, and it was negative 13 yesterday. Big difference. It'll be in the 50s tomorrow. It's crazy. Merry Christmas to you as well, Grant. Merry Christmas, Mikey. Clone for YSLY EDP. I don't have anything specifically off of the top of my head because I have YSLY EDP. I have all but the Le Parfum in that line, which I love that line. One of my favorite blue fragrance lines. I don't really have any Y EDP clones, so I don't have any experience with any to recommend, to be honest with you. Nothing specifically comes to mind that I know of. Maybe somebody in the chat will have a recommendation for you for something they tried. I'm sorry, I couldn't answer that better. Merry Christmas to you as well. Defy EDP, I do. As long as you like leather, it's dominated by leather and vetiver. You get some freshness, some citrus and pepper at the top. Doesn't stay for a really long time. Turns into just leather and woody, earthy vetiver. Slightly earthy. There's a little smokiness. I'm sure it's a combination of the vetiver and the leather. There's suede. There's all that stuff. But it's basically leather with some freshness. If you're good with that, you'll probably really like it. I like it. I like it. Love it? No, I don't love it, but I do like it quite a bit. No thoughts whatsoever. Never tried anything from there. I have to do a rewind. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Ross, have you attended scent YouTuber meetups that Fragmental and Curly Fragrance, etc. go to? So I was at the first Scent Explorer in 2019. I've done a meet and greet at Door Prestige in Glendale, California with George. That's really the only two things I've gone out and done. As far as anything publicly, yeah, that's really the only two things I've done. I'll do more stuff in the future. Nothing really in the works at the moment, though. But I'm sure I'll do something in the future. I'd like to go to Exxon's next year. I almost went this year. I didn't have my passport in time. I have my passport now. So I'll probably go to Exxon's next year. That'll be the next one that I do, more than likely, based on the timeline. But thank you for asking. Thanks for the thoughts. Just now hearing about Emir. Okay. Lucky you're not here in Chicago. Is negative 35 below zero wind chill. So it got down to negative 45 2 days ago for me. So trust me, I dealt with it. I absolutely dealt with it with heavy snow, heavy snow. Just watching crazy video. Nice pickups. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you as well. Sam, what's going on? Merry Christmas, my man. I'll tell you right now, this already jumped into it. Vertus Vanilla Oud, Dior Homme Parfum. And the third one's going to be hard because I want to be biased and say one of my fragrances, but I'll leave my two creations out of it. And I'll say Signature Rosé from Zaharoff. So Vertus Vanilla Oud, Dior Homme Parfum, and Zaharoff Signature Rosé. That could change tomorrow if you ask me again. But that's where I'm at right now in the moment. Christmas Eve dinner with family. Justin, you have a great Christmas Eve with the family. Thank you for stopping by, man. Merry Christmas to you, Randy, Fragrance Dude, everyone as well. Hope you, Ross, and everyone else have a good one. I hope you have a great one, my friend. Thank you so much. Your family and all the other subscribers. DF, Merry Christmas to you and your family as well. I won't keep you guys too long. We'll hang out for a little bit more. And let's see. Sam Broom. Sorry for the cough, guys. The cough's almost completely gone. For those of you that have been new, I was sick 2 months ago. I had the cough lingering. It's almost completely gone. I rarely cough. It reminded me when it happened just now because I haven't been coughing. No, in-laws here. So my father-in-law and my wife's stepmom live here. And so we're doing Christmas with them tomorrow. She's been baking. She made a red velvet Swiss cake roll, big giant thing. She made some brownies. My wife loves to bake. She does all this from scratch. I got her one of those KitchenAid mixers years ago, and she just loves to bake. And then she's doing some, before I started the live stream, she was making some deviled eggs. I'm probably going to do a dirty rice in a little bit after the live stream, or I might wait till in the morning because we're not going till like lunchtime. So I might wait till in the morning to make it as fresh as I can. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Nothing tonight. If we were around my family does Christmas Eve. There you go. There's a recommendation for why EDP. Sent me some Happy Land impressors. The El Gudo. So Blue Fire and Barbershop's really good. Blue Fire is a strange one, and El Gudo is fantastic. But there's so much more for you to try. He did not send you the heavy hitters. He did not. He sent you one heavy hitter. El Gudo is a heavy hitter. You need to try Paisley Sky. Homeland you would like Homeland. That's a classic Fougere, powerhouse Fougere. Let me think. Garlic Mist, a lot of greenery, fresh green, very versatile, but not every green fragrance at the same time. El Paso, the newest one, really good. What's the other one? That's the aged bourbon in a barrel. I'm drawing a blank on the name right now. It's released this year. Why am I drawing a blank? Maybe it'll come to me in a minute. So let's see. Make sure to hit that like, show support for the bro Ross. Have a great Christmas, everyone. I'm out to another party and more booze. Don't get too messed up, Randy. Have a great Christmas, my man. Thanks for stopping in. Love my Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. Bought it off your recommendation. Merry Christmas. So the only reason, Merry Christmas to you as well, first and foremost, the only reason I'm not getting a bottle is because it's too redundant to the EDP and Boisé. I have both of those. It's like combining those and adding some booze and you get Reserve Privé. I've said this before. You may have heard me say this before. So if you don't have those, Reserve Privé is the one to get. If you're just going to get one, that is the one to get. It's the best of the three. But if you have the other two, you don't need the new one. It's too redundant. Too redundant. The first two, EDP and EDP Boisé, are different enough. You don't have the creaminess of the EDP in Boisé. It's more spicy and woody. So that's why I said you combine the two and add booze, you get Reserve Privé. So I know that was kind of a long-winded answer, but I get long-winded sometimes. I don't know what to tell you. Let's see. Thoughts on Sensual Obsession's take on Tobacco Vinny. I don't know if I've ever tried his version of Tobacco Vinny. Mark, what's going on, my man? Super quick drop in to say Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. I hope you're enjoying the three fragrances. I'm glad they headed your way. Glad you got them, my man. RXL with the pool emoji. All right. That was an interesting choice to make your way in. What's up, Rick? Hope you have a Merry Christmas. Love on the Beach by Alexandra is nice and smooth. Hanson says, hey, Ross, glad I'm able to join the live today. I'm glad you were able to make it here today as well, my man. Like I said, I'm not going to keep you guys too long for those of you that are staying here the whole time hanging out. 10 more minutes or something like that. It's not something where I was going to have a bunch of guests or anything. I just wanted to come on and say hello to you guys before you get going with your families. I got a few things to do in a little bit myself. It was the right time because, like I said, it's been like a week since I've been live. So I want to come say hello. Justin, great since you reviewed. Thank you, sir. Greatly appreciate you. No, I just got it. It came in while I was out of town. I was out of town for like 10 days. I went Chicago, Louisiana, Texas, and then came home. So I had bought it before I left from Perfume Empire on eBay. Now they're sold out. I don't know where to get it right now. It was sold out. It was the only place I could find it. I haven't even given it a full wearing yet. I've had the test sprays when I was with Justin. I sprayed it on my hand yesterday because I just opened the box yesterday. And I haven't even done a full wearing yet. Tomorrow is going to be my first full wearing of this one. I'm wearing it for Christmas Day. This stuff is so good. So good. If you can find a decant, get a decant and try it. It's linear, and you may not love it the way I do. That's why I say get a decant, but boy, I sure love it. I love it. Grace loves it. Justin loves it. So good. So good. Actually, I really like George and how down to earth he is and open to other people. Oh, George is a gem. He absolutely is. Daniel Jossier, green leather. I haven't tried any of his stuff. I heard Ombre Tobacco I heard was really good. That's the one I've been eyeing, getting my nose on. Merry Christmas to you as well. Great recommendations to improve my collection. Thanks to you. Well, I'm glad my videos are beneficial to you. Thank you so much. Calvin Klein Defy EDP ordered it today. 100 can't wait. Yeah, as long as you like leather, you'll probably like it, Montrese. It's not some crazy beast. It's not a real loud fragrance, but it lasted a good while. I want to say I got like 6 or 7 hours on my skin. It wasn't spectacular, but it wasn't weak either. Let's see. Anybody cheated yet and already have their Christmas scent of the day picked out? Mine is Burberry London. Great choice. Thanks to Mr. Ross's Christmas lineup video. I mean, it's timeless. Timeless Christmas. So like I said, all those fragrances from the video are still right here. I haven't picked them up yet because most of them are going to go on the rotation table. I plan on wearing most of these over the next 2 weeks. I say that subject to change. Cards subject to change, as with wrestling. But this is one of the quintessentials for Christmas, for sure. John, Merry Christmas to you and your family as well. Some one of the scents, do they ship to the UK? Can you clarify that? It's a little difficult to understand which scents ship to the UK. Oh, which company can I recommend? I have no idea. I have no idea. When it comes to shipping outside of the United States, I don't know because I don't pay attention to any of that stuff because I don't live outside the United States. That's honest of an answer as it gets. So I'm not sure. That's some research you'll have to do on your own. Maybe somebody else that's in the UK that's in the chat might be able to provide some more clarity or be a little bit more helpful because I'm useless for that type of information. I really don't have anything I can help you with, unfortunately. Cripple Creek, that's what it was. Thank you, Travis. Cripple Creek, that's a great one. That's a great bourbon fragrance. Beautiful, boozy, ambery, very woody, this aged barrel type of smell. That was on the tip of my tongue. I couldn't think of it. Thank you, man. 80 degrees in California. Oof. Favorite oud from Raja is definitely amber oud. That does not move from my rotation table. I just pull the cap off and smell it all the time. Wore it a few weeks ago. That's one of the best fragrances from the house. That's a lot of people's favorite from the house. It's so good. I haven't tried musk oud. I haven't tried just straight up oud. It's called the oud. Haven't tried that one either. But of the ones I've tried, the sweetie ouds and all that different stuff, which is great too, amber oud's the best from what I've tried. Super, super good. What should be my Christmas scent of the day? Tobacco, Rosé, Prada L'Homme Intense, Dior Homme Parfum. That's a bunch of heavy hitters right there. Jesus Christ, that's 4 great ones. I don't know how to pick one, honestly. It all depends on the mood you're in because all 4 of those are great. A great tobacco, great rose, and 2 great iris fragrances. One more patchouli heavy and one more leather heavy. Even though there is leather in L'Homme Intense, it's not as heavy as in Dior Homme Parfum. Man, that's a hard choice. I don't know which one I would go with. Of the 4, I might have to go Dior Homme Parfum. If it's me, it'd probably be between that and Rosé. I mean, if I could only keep 3, that's 2 of the 3 I mentioned earlier. So it's going to be between those 2 for me probably, unless you're just in the mood for tobacco. Because signature tobacco, it's pretty hard to beat. Great stuff. Oh, so I just mentioned that one, Eddie. So I guess you had typed it twice. Yeah, I'm a little behind on the comments. 76 watching. Yeah, for a random live stream, just random midday stuff. It's a good crowd. Good crowd. I appreciate all of you. Just went with a little 7 spray evening Mystique. Smells good. Enjoy, Duncan. Enjoy, my man. And wear signature rose for Christmas tomorrow. It's hard to beat, Mikey. Hard to beat, man. Let's see. Let me try to get caught up. Supremacy Silver is not only intense, is better. Still right here. This is better. It's not as accurate to Creed Aventus. If you're looking for the one that smells more like Creed Aventus, Supremacy Silver smells, it's a carbon copy. This is better than both Supremacy Silver, and in my opinion, better than Aventus. I don't care what anybody says. Y'all get mad at me all you want. I don't care. This is awesome. It's better than Hachivat. For me, the only time I would take Hachivat over this is if it's going to be a much more dressy occasion. Hachivat dresses up real nice. It polishes off a wardrobe really well. You're an more upscale wardrobe. That's the way to go. But a less dressier occasion, I'll take this over both Aventus and Hachivat. Quality's there. The performance is ridiculous. It's not expensive. It smells great. And you get some vanilla oud. Yes, you do. Some good stuff. I like your Middle Eastern scents. That's what I go for. I'm starting to go into them more and more. Next week, probably beginning of next week, Monday or Tuesday or something like that, I'll probably have a review out on Assad from Latif. Really been digging that one. Let me scroll down. So behind. All it takes is me to spend 20 seconds answering a question, and I get way behind. So do you think Afnan 9 p.m. will be good for school? Does it smell feminine? So it's very sweet and it's very strong for school. I don't know if you're wanting to be that guy in class or not, but it's a really strong fragrance. I don't know if that would be the best choice. That's a you decision, not something I would want to wear to school personally. To a school dance, sure. Big time attention getter. I wouldn't call it feminine unless you think sweet means feminine. Then yeah, it's super feminine. It just comes down to your thought process on sweet, basically. But I can tell you it's a very attractive scent profile. It definitely is. But it's really, really strong. Like I said, personally, I wouldn't want to wear it at school. But you may be looking for that attention getter. Just be kind of mindful of your sprays. I haven't tried Noir Extreme Parfum. I've heard really good things about it, though. I have a decant, actually a carded sample of the original. I've sprayed the original at Sephora a bunch of times and all that, and it's good, and I've kind of procrastinated getting it. It's never been like, oh my God, I have to have it. That's why I just don't have a bottle of it. It's really good, and I'm sure the parfum's really good. I just haven't tried it, but the EDP is pretty damn good for sure. My Christmas scent's going to be Oud Cafe. Ooh, I got a decant of that. I've been meaning to get a bottle for a long time. My decant's almost empty. I haven't sprayed in a while either. Merry Christmas to you as well, Jared. Dino, what's going on, my man? Ferragamo Uomo. There you go. Gourmand. Can't go wrong. Smelling like a dessert. Was trying to co-pilot this car ride to the party and engage in the chat. There you go. Here you go. Perfume Parlor UK is a good stop for Tom Ford Noir Extreme Copy and many others. So yeah, that's a clone place. I think he's looking for where he can buy original stuff. I think that's what he was asking about. I could be wrong. Maybe Shocks can clarify, but Perfume Parlor. And then as far as a lot of niche stuff, I mean, Lux Parfum, Chris from Fragmental's place, he's based in the UK, so maybe looking at that. If you're looking for designers, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to tell you as far as that. So 11-hour drive. Hope it goes well. So Justin just texted me. So I sent him the link in case he wanted to pop in and say Merry Christmas. He said, yeah, we're driving down to Fresno since our flight was canceled. 11-hour drive. Hope it goes well, man. Responding to my text from earlier. Yeah, he's got an 11-hour drive. I forgot his flight got canceled. So Justin and Grace are on the road for a very long time. If you see this, drive safe, guys. I'll text him that in a minute. Let's see. Important to pick right fragrances or amount of sprays for school too. Yeah, I agree. That's just as sensitive of a situation as like working in a clinic or doctor's office, where you got to be mindful because you don't want to cause problems where you get in some sort of trouble with superiors or HR or anything like that. Whereas with school, you don't have to worry about superiors and HR. You got to worry about, complaints. Unless you just don't care. Roll with it. English Laundry Riviera, that's some good stuff, man. Good stuff. Very similar to YSL Loam. Overture Man. Whew, now we're talking. That's the next Amouage I'm going to buy. I don't know when it's going to be. The next time I buy a bottle of Amouage, it's going to be Overture Man. Stuff's amazing. All right, last one, and we're going to go ahead and shut it down. Ross, do y'all offer samples on the website or anything, just a little trial size of any of your fragrances? No, we do not. So you're going to want to go to fatboyfragrance.com so you can buy some decants from Juan. Because of the limited nature of the collection, it's not a regular SKU in the Zaharoff collection, so there is no samples made available. The only way to sample through Zaharoff is if you purchase one of the fragrances by supporting the project, you get samples of the other two you didn't order. If you order two, you get a sample of the other one, so you can at least try the entire collection because you supported the collection. So if you just want to try before you buy, which I totally get, I would go to fatboyfragrance.com. Juan's got decants. He's selling multiple sizes of all three, so you can try before you decide which one's for you. Jared with the $5 super chat. Merry Christmas, Ross. I've introduced your new fragrance to 10 people. Not one dislike. Was stopped in the store the other day wearing it. Quote, you smell so good. That's what I'm talking about, Jared. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. Yeah, this is one of those fragrances that it's either anybody that doesn't like it, it's pretty much is just not your style. It's not your scent profile. It's one of those things where it's not that it's not the fragrance. You know what I mean? Because there's so many people, which I'm so thankful for, that have just been praising it and are surprised that this is the route I went. Because people think of me as blue fragrance guy. I get it, but that's pigeonholing to just my spring and summer taste and early fall. When it comes to colder weather, I like resins. I like spices. I like smoke. I like leather. I like florals. That's what I like this time of year. Now, I already made the safe, fresh fragrance. This is the other side of the personality. This is the brash, assertive fragrance. It's different. It's a much more unique scent profile. And the first time people smell it, they're like, ooh, really? And I've been loving seeing those reactions. Been loving seeing that. So thank you to everybody that has Evening Mystique or has tried Evening Mystique or would like to get their nose on Evening Mystique. I appreciate all of you. Seriously. I really do. I'm very, very, very proud of what we were all able to accomplish. But thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for the super chat, Jared. Let's see. There you go. Juan is quick and has a specific Z sale right now. Yeah, Z15 is still active to get 15% off for your decants. I think he's doing something special for Christmas where you can do even better. So just check out fatboyfragrance.com if you want to get your Z Creator decants and get you covered. And then check out some of the other stuff he's got on sale. Juan's got quite the selection. It's very strange because Armoff, they already did a Blue de Chanel version. Yeah, that is very strange. I didn't understand it at the time either. One time, friends and family, bro. So, all right. So we've done right under 50 minutes. I kind of wanted to do about 45 minutes. I just want to jump on and chat with you guys for a little bit. I appreciate all the questions. I appreciate everybody that came hang out. Thank you for those that gave super chats. I truly hope you have a wonderful Christmas Eve tonight with your families, Christmas Day tomorrow, and a happy and prosperous ride on into the new year. I really do. Thank you so much to everybody. If you have a little time and you haven't seen it yet, make sure to check out my Christmas fragrances video from this morning. Tomorrow will be the weekly rotation. We're back with the weekly rotation. No more traveling for the foreseeable future. Hopefully, we'll see. And until next time, I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good one.